Hey there, welcome back to Grandma's Vibes, your go-to channel for heartfelt advice on love, relationships, and everything in between. Today we're diving into a topic that's close to my heart: how to have conversations that truly matter. You know, I've seen so many people struggle with keeping a conversation alive. It's not that they don't want to connect, it's just that they don't know how to ask the right questions. And let's be honest, small talk can only take you so far. But here's the good news. You don't have to be a smooth talker or a charmer to make a lasting impression. All you need are the right questions. Questions that show you're thoughtful, curious, and genuinely interested in getting to know her. By the end of this video, you'll have 6 powerful questions that will not only set you apart, but also leave her thinking about you long after the conversation ends. So grab a cup of tea, get comfortable, and let's get started. Question 1. What's your story? Let's start with the first question. What's your story? Now, I know what you're thinking. Isn't that a bit too broad? But trust me, this question is a game changer. It's open-ended, thoughtful, and gives her the freedom to share what truly matters to her. Most people default to predictable questions like, "What do you do for work?" or "Where are you from?" But those questions only scratch the surface. When you ask, "What's your story?" you're inviting her to share her journey, her passions, and her dreams. Let me tell you a little story. A few years ago, my grandson went on a first date. He was nervous, as most young men are, but he decided to start with this simple question. The woman he was with lit up. She shared how she had moved to the city to pursue her dream of becoming a writer, leaving behind a small town where everyone expected her to settle down. That one question led to a 3-hour conversation about her struggles, her triumphs, and her hopes for the future. By the end of the night, she told him, "No one has ever asked me that before." And that's the magic of this question. It shows her that you're not just interested in the what, but also the why and the how. It's about creating a connection that goes beyond the surface. So the next time you're on a date, or even just chatting with someone new, try asking, "What's your story?" And when she shares, listen, really listen. Pay attention to her words, her tone, and the emotions behind them. You'll be amazed at how much closer you feel afterward. Question 2. What's something you're passionate about that most people don't know? Now, let's move on to the second question. What's something you're passionate about that most people don't know? This question is powerful because it's unexpected. It takes the conversation beyond the usual topics and invites her to share something unique and personal. Passion is contagious. When someone talks about something they love, you can see it in their eyes, hear it in their voice, and feel it in their energy. And that excitement, she'll associate it with you. For example, imagine she tells you she's passionate about painting, but has never shown her work to anyone. Now you've opened a window into her dreams and vulnerabilities. That's a deeper connection than any small talk could ever achieve. I remember a story my friend told me about her grandson. He asked this question on a casual coffee date, and the woman shared her love for gardening. She talked about how it helped her disconnect from stress and feel grounded. That one conversation became the foundation of a bond built on understanding and shared values. So when you ask this question, remember to engage with curiosity. Don't just nod, ask follow-up questions. Show her you care about the things that matter to her, and you'll stand out in a way that most people never do. Question 3. What's one thing on your bucket list? Next up, we have a question that's both fun and revealing. What's one thing on your bucket list? This question is an invitation to dream. It tells you what excites her, what she values, and what kind of life she wants to lead. For instance, if she says she's always wanted to see the northern lights, you now know she has a love for travel and nature. And if she dreams of learning to surf, you've got a playful, adventurous topic to explore. I once heard about a young man who asked this on a first date. The woman said she'd always wanted to visit Japan. They ended up talking for hours about Japanese culture, food, and travel. That one question sparked a connection that lasted long after the date ended. So don't be afraid to ask about her dreams. It's a beautiful way to connect on a shared sense of adventure and possibility. Question 4. What's a lesson you've learned the hard way? Now let's dive into a deeper question. What's a lesson you've learned the hard way? This question might seem heavy at first, but it's one of the most meaningful you can ask. It invites her to share a part of her story that shaped who she is today. For example, she might talk about overcoming a difficult breakup, starting over after a failed business, or learning to trust herself. Whatever it is, it's an opportunity for her to open up and for you to listen with genuine interest. I remember a story about a couple who bonded over this question. The woman shared how she had learned to be resilient after losing her job. That moment of honesty created a bond that made their relationship stronger from the start. So, when you ask this question, listen without judgment. Show her you're someone she can trust, and you'll create a connection that goes far deeper than casual conversation ever could. Question 5. What's one thing you've always wanted to learn? Let's move on to a question that's all about growth. What's one thing you've always wanted to learn? This question shows her that you're interested in who she is and who she wants to become. It's a way of exploring her aspirations without making it feel like an interview. For instance, she might say she's always wanted to learn how to play the piano, speak a new language, or even cook a gourmet meal. These answers reveal what excites her and where her passions lie. I once heard about a man who asked this on a date, and the woman mentioned she'd always wanted to try rock climbing. He followed up by suggesting a beginner class they could take together. That one moment of shared enthusiasm became a highlight of their early connection. So, when you ask this question, listen actively and ask follow-up questions. Show genuine curiosity, and you'll not only make her feel valued, but also create a space where she feels comfortable sharing her dreams. Question 6. If you could live anywhere in the world, where would it be? Finally, let's talk about a question that's both fun and revealing. If you could live anywhere in the world, where would it be? This question tells you so much about her values, personality, and what she envisions for her ideal life. Whether it's a bustling city like New York or a quiet villa in Tuscany, her answer will give you insight into what makes her feel most alive. For example, if she says Paris, it might show her romantic and adventurous side. If she dreams of living by the beach, it could reflect her love for nature and a laid-back lifestyle. I once heard about someone who asked this on a casual coffee date, and the woman lit up as she described her dream of living in Tokyo. That one question turned into a fascinating conversation about culture, food, and travel. So when you ask this, don't just take her answer at face value. Dig deeper, ask why she chose that place, or what excites her about it. Showing genuine interest in her dreams will not only impress her, but also create a meaningful connection that feels effortless and natural. Bonus question: what's something you've done recently that you're proud of? Before we wrap up, here's a bonus question that's guaranteed to leave a lasting impression. What's something you've done recently that you're proud of? This question is special because it gives her a moment to reflect on her achievements and feel appreciated. Whether it's completing a challenging project, helping a friend, or hitting a personal milestone, her answer will tell you what she values and what drives her. So when you ask this, listen with genuine interest and celebrate her success. Say something like, "That's amazing. How did you make that happen?" Or, "You must feel so good about that." By making her feel seen and valued, you're leaving her with an impression of someone who truly cares. Well, my dear, that's it for today's video. I hope these questions help you create deeper, more meaningful connections with the people in your life. Remember, it's not about being perfect. It's about being present, curious, and kind. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and share it with someone who could use a little advice. And don't forget to subscribe to Grandma's Vibes for more heartfelt tips on love, life, and everything in between. Until next time, take care of yourself and each other. Sending you all my love and warmest vibes. Bye for now.